tu face nescio quos esto contentus amores irritare tua nec laudes assere nostras. So here Apollo is continuing his talk down to Cupid, who was playing with his weapon. So this of course is Cupid. Apollo is yelling at Cupid. Watch out for face. Some sloppy Latin students might take that as imperative as make, but the imperative of facio is fac. This is face, which is ablative. It's the ablative noun meaning torch, which makes sense because Cupid is always running around with a little torch, like a marriage torch or something. Nescio quos can actually be considered as one phrase. I know not what. Those guys go together. Oh, and then here's your verb esto, the imperative of be. So he's saying, hey Cupid, you be contentus. You be happy. You should be happy. There's your main clause. You should be happy. We still don't know what the torch is doing in it, and we don't know what amores is doing in it. Amores is obviously accusative though, because we've got a subject too. So we're going to hold this ablative and this accusative in our head until we get to something else. Oh, here it is. You be happy to do what? To irritare, to cause, to bring up, I know not what, romantic interests. You should be happy to create, irritate, whatever random romantic interests, face, ablative, with your torch. Oh, and then tua is the adjective that goes with torch. So you, little boy, be happy to create whatever random love affairs with your torch. And you, be happy, do not be happy to take up our laudes nostras, our praise. So hey, stick to your own turf. You should stick to the realm of random love affairs with your little torch, and don't try messing with my praise because, I'm the cool god of the sun. Let's see the response. Filius huic veneris, figat tuus omnia phoebe, te meus arcis aiet, quantoque animalia cadunt cuncta Deo, tanto minor est tua gloria nostra. Ooh, that's funny. Okay, so to him, to Apollo, notice that's dative, the son of Venus. So Venus is talking, genitive modifying Cupid, because Cupid is Venus's son. To this guy, the son of Venus, it's understood replied. What did he reply? Figat tuus. Okay. Tuus, of course, is nominative, so that is the subject of the verb figat. So this is nominative, and then omnia is accusative. So your something strikes everything, Apollo. And we will fill out the thought about what that something is in just a second. Oh, and then we've got the accusative nominative. Te is accusative. Oh, and then here's the nominative. So, let's see. My weapon strikes you. So let's see. Tuus is understood to go with arcus just like meus does, so it's a nice contrast. Your weapon, Apollo, strikes everything. But my weapon, Apollo, strikes you. So we'll go on. He said, and then, oh, notice, I'm sure you notice because you're such a diligent Latin student, you notice the quanto and tanto. So let's see, that means to whatever degree everything in this first phrase happens, to a greater degree everything in the second phrase happens. So let's process the first phrase. Animalia cuncta. Oh, simple noun adjective pair. You saw that coming. Okay, so all the animals give way to this dative, to the god. So as much as all the animals give way to the god, so much more minor est tua gloria nostra. Hey, did you notice the difference between gloria in the nominative and nostra in the ablative? Well, why do we have that? Because minor is a comparative adjective. So the main sentence is, your glory is smaller, and we need an ablative of comparison. That's why this is ablative here. Your glory is smaller than what? Than our understood glory. So, as much as the animals all make room for you, so much less does your glory make room for mine. Ooh, burn. Dixit et eliso percussis aera penis, impiger umbrosa parnassi constitit arche. So, Cupid spoke, and, oh, look, ablative absolute time. Let's see. We've got a noun-adjective pair here and here. So, let's see. With the air having been pushed by what? By the wings that were struck. So I guess we would say, like, with the swishing of his wings, he beat the air, right? With the air having been pushed by the struck wings. Impiger, unafraid, and this is Cupid still speaking. What did he do? Umbrusa, that's ablative, and it modifies arche. Parnassi is genitive, going with arche. So in the shadowy citadel of Parnassus, which is a place that is commonly associated with Cupid, he stood. So he stood unafraid in the shadowy citadel of Parnassus. Aeque sagittifera prompsit duo tela faretra diversorum operam. So what happens next? Well, first of all, don't freak out. Que is really just and here, stuck onto a. So, and, so first he stood, and then what else did he do? From his sagittifera quiver, which makes sense because sagitta means arrows, fera means to carrying, so literally from his arrow-carrying quiver, the faretra, he pulled out, prompsit, 2 arrows, 2 weapons. Okay. Diversorum operam, of course, there, noun-adjective pair, of different jobs. So 2 different weapons, and they had opposite jobs. Fugat hoc, facit illud amorem. Quod facit auratum est et cuspida fogit acuta. Okay, so the one, oh, I love this. Look at this nice contrast between hoc and illud, because that's what you do when you're talking about 2 different things. This one, fugat, makes run away, amorem, flight. So this one, or I'm sorry, love. This one rejects love. That one makes it. And again, notice the nifty contrast. They save the direct object to the end, so you can play around with these different verbs that start with F here, right? It's kind of cool. Fugat hoc, facit illud, and then amorem, of course, is just kind of there on the end. Quod facit, the one that makes love, well, what's that like? Auratum est, it's gold, and it gleams with another noun-adjective pair. Cuspide acuta, with a sharp tip.